It's time for our daily dose of cope, and we have the Honorable Reverend Leopards Jenkins at the correspondence desk for the Leopards News Network. There are so many faces being eaten, and we're going to jump right into these stories. I saw this tweet on the Leopards Ate My Face subreddit. It's titled, "Black Man Offers His Help to His White Brothers. They Respond Accordingly." And when I got to it, it had 666 comments on this post. I don't know what that means, but I'm just saying 666 stands for something here. But this made me go over to the Twitter. On 9/11, AJ Gold says, "As a Black American, I would be honored to fight side by side with you brothers, just like when you fought to free the slaves." He said this on his Twitter. Nobody made him do this. He did this on purpose. And then this person down here, WTF, says, us whites got this. You can help by packing your bags and getting the F off our land." That's what this man said to this Black MAGA person, or blogger. AJ says to WTF, "Don't try to infiltrate our MAGA party. Go away. The white don't even want you." And WTF says, "Pretty low IQ response. Great job." And then Not Colin P. Flaherty says, "You wouldn't be welcome in MAGA." And to that, WTF says, "I can go where I want. I'm white. This political is fake A gay." Maybe he means effing gay. I don't know. "It does nothing but separate us whites. Use your effing head." He's saying this, but this dude is like, "Please love me. Please care for me." I think I called AG AJ, but this picture right here with these raccoons like praying to their great raccoon god, that's what blogger looks like to me. Take this screenshot, use it somewhere. Erica says, "Nah, you ain't us." So this is a bigger picture of AG. You're welcome. Big Sinner shared this picture saying collective Black disapproval, and Habitual Line Stepper called him an Uncle Ruckus. Like, this was a real tweet. Dog, this is a real tweet. Come look at this. Because yes, it is a real tweet. And the white dude don't want him, and the blacks are like, no, he's not one of us. They not like us. They not like us. BC says, "I don't know what's funnier. Black MAGA continuously getting little broed by white nationalists, or white nationalists protesting themselves because the shooter is most likely white." And this is before Tyler Robinson was splashed all over the news, because WTF says, "White? You mean Jewish?" What's funny is you think you had me there. I wonder what WTF now thinks now that we know that this person is not Jewish. Anyways, let's keep it moving. People love the how it started, how it's going from more motivation. This one says, "Trump voter is now concerned as his wife's company is about to go under due to Trump's tariffs. Defended the tariffs earlier when it didn't affect him personally. Let's look at it." Here is the headline back in May. Microsoft raises the price of all Xbox Series consoles. Xbox games confirmed to hit $80 this holiday. And to that, Mel Evo says, "How are tariffs to blame, though? Isn't Microsoft an American company headquartered here in the States? Are they getting cheap labor overseas to make the stuff? That's on them if that's the case." So that's what he said in May. Fast forward to the how it's going. Back in June, he says, "I voted for Trump, and I'm still seeing high gas prices, expensive groceries. Overtime is still getting taxed, and the effing tariffs are about to put my wife's company under." Well, her company was already in a pinch from Biden, but the tariffs sure didn't help. F this. So he's a little peeved now that it's hurting his family. We have another one coming out of Oklahoma. It says Stillwell General Hospital is closing its doors due to Trump's bill, leaving residents shocked and concerned. Adair County voted 80.8% in favor of Trump in 2024. This caption says, "Oklahoma has started closing its rural hospitals as a result of Trump's big bad bill. Stillwell, Oklahoma's hospital is the latest, and residents are trying to get the word out with these billboards. Hashtag FAFO, hashtag Dems aboard." I don't know how much Dems aboard is going to really help Oklahoma. It's so red. But this billboard says, "Under Trump's watch, Stillwell General Hospital is closing its doors. So many rural people will not have hospitals. They will have to drive hundreds of miles maybe to get to the next hospital. And this is going to be what they voted for. They voted for these people that decided to strip away Medicaid, and Medicaid funding was keeping some of these hospitals open and keeping some of the physicians and employees at these hospitals. But like the title said, this county went overwhelmingly for Donald Trump at nearly 81% to Donald Trump. Ooh, this is a good how it started, how it's going. So back in May, Truth Be Told says, please don't stand in the way of the bill passing. No cuts to Medicare or anything, just fraud, waste, and Democratic abuse. And then on June 5th, Truth Be Told says, Elon Musk should not have blasted the beautiful bill while Trump is trying to accomplish other important issues. The deficit is only part of it. He needed to discuss privately, not offend Trump so openly, not give Democrats the vote. How it's going. Let's fast forward to September. So Truth Be Told is now trying to act Donald Trump right here. Dear Don, your big beautiful bill cut federal funding to all 3 of the Butte County, California hospitals. Now they are closing. What have you done? So this person is in California and thought that they were probably safe because they're in California, but they are being impacted because their hospitals were federally funded. And we have a president that is very vengeful and doesn't want to give funds to blue states. All right, so the next tweet says, Butte County hospitals are facing federal funding losses because of the one big beautiful BS of a bill. No ER. The 3 hospitals where I live are closing. That support over 209,470 people in the population. Not what I supported. Something needs to be done. So this person was perfectly fine for Hawley to pass this. He or she wanted Hawley to pass this because they didn't think that they would be touched because they live in a blue state. Well, they're saying that they got touched now. This is another good one. Trump voter finds his mom's housing is now in jeopardy and demands answers. Back in July 2024, Joe Biden says, my fellow Democrats, I have decided not to accept the nomination and focus all my energy on my duties as president. All right, so this is where he was passing the torch to Kamala Harris. To that, Anthony said, Trump is the only answer for the country. He's the anti-war candidate. He will bring national security and a good economy for all Americans. And Anthony said this July 21st, 2024. So more than a year ago. Fast forward, Donald Trump has been elected. Do we have this great economy? Are all of the wars stopped and all? I'm not sure. Nope, it's not. Anyways, this is what Anthony is saying to Secretary Turner. My mom received this letter from the King County Housing Authority. Now she's scared she won't have the assistance she needs to stay in her apartment. I voted for Trump and support this administration. Can you help me understand what's going on? They don't understand that when you cut funds, that the funds get cut. Like there's no more funds, it gets snatched away. And that's impacting everybody. They really thought it was just going to affect those people over there. So this is titled, The Only Good Abortion is My Abortion. So that is the title of this one. This looks like a Facebook post. She says, please be a judgment-free zone. I do not support abortions. However, I just found out that I am pregnant. My boyfriend and I have a 2-year-old, and I have been miserable since I got pregnant with the first. We rarely have sex, and when we do, we are careful. Anyway, when I told him and we got into a huge fight. Long story short, I feel like I need to have an abortion despite my beliefs. And he told me if I do it, then I can't talk to him about it. So I'm doing all of this alone, just like parenting. I cannot afford it, let alone another baby. Does anyone know where I can get help? Even Planned Parenthood with assistance is too much for me. Please, I'm so scared. This is where this is what gets on my nerves. They are perfect. Like having their beliefs is such an ideal. Like they get so staunchly in their beliefs, but their beliefs and actions do not match. She needs to be forced, just like the next woman in her position would be forced to have this. I am pro-choice. I speak on that, but my votes, my actions, the words that I speak match exactly what I say I believe in. I cannot stand hypocrites like this. Y'all let me know what you think though. And I hope her face...
I will never be one of those activists who waste my time attempting to educate those who willfully choose to stay uneducated. Or the in-your-face type. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to point out your hypocrisies. I'm going to make you look in the mirror. I'm going to call you to the mat. Having said that, I truly admire those who do spend their time attempting to educate those who are willfully uneducated and ignorant. It takes a level of patience that I just don't have. One person in particular is this creator. Now, in my last video, I kind of hit on the subject of groyping as it pertains to Tyler Robinson, but I need you to go watch this creator's video. This one, to be exact. It's like an intro to groyping. Groyping 101, if you will. It's very informative and it's spot on. And if you feel so inclined, give him a follow.
To really understand the far-right brain slop that went into the assassination of Charlie Kirk, we're going to have to understand Groypers. And I apologize in advance, this is going to get very stupid very fast. So most people think that the MAGA movement is the far right of the Republican Party, but in fact they are quite wrong. The far right of the Republican Party is a group known as the Groypers, which is a far-right white nationalist coalition that is effectively a personality cult around a young man named Nick Fuentes. Nick's ideology is a mixture of fascism in the vein of Mussolini or Dollfuss, Catholic integralism, or clerical fascism. These are very, very intense and fringe ideological positions. Nick also toys with neo-Nazism and has even quoted himself saying, "I am..." well, you know. Nick Fuentes' goal is to work within the system to push the Republican Party even further to the far right. For him, MAGA is liberalism. And for Nick Fuentes, his biggest rival was Charlie Kirk. There have been what are called Groyper wars, literally 2 separate Groyper wars. And you need to understand, when I'm saying that the Groypers are a cult, he even has Groyper generals organized in a paramilitary fashion. Because Charlie Kirk had a massive organization, even back in 2019 when the first Groyper war starts, of 400 chapters at universities across the United States. This meant that Nick saw Charlie as the main person to be taking down so that he would be able to influence young people in the Republican Party more. And more importantly, he also understood he could use Charlie's events to push his own positions and also carve off people into his own movement. This included a tactic known as question and answer trolling, where he'd have his Groypers go up and line up one after another and ask increasingly extreme questions to Charlie Kirk to make him seem like a moderate in their eyes. And keep in mind, Charlie Kirk has some incredibly extreme views of his own, but you have to understand there are many different tendencies within the far right. And I need to stress that Nick's views are incredibly misogynistic and also incredibly anti-Semitic. This is one of the main reasons he was against Charlie Kirk, which is because Charlie Kirk was not anti-Israel. And Nick Fuentes' anti-Israel advocacy is something that he was able to carve into getting a lot more of a mainstream audience after October 7th. Because Nick Fuentes is smart enough to know that if he puts out a certain level of comms that is not overtly super far right, then he can get followers based on that. Meaning he was using Palestinian suffering to grow his white nationalist movement. The Groypers are driven by memes, as we can see in the engraving in the bullets shot and not shot at Charlie Kirk. We see 4 different memes here, many of them from video games. For example, the one that was shot at Charlie Kirk references a meme that's against furries. A second engraving that's a reference to the very popular game Helldivers, which is actually a satire against fascism. A third that is a reference to a streamer that sings opera as he's playing first-person shooters and going after people. Or it could be related to one of 2 Spotify playlists for the Groyper Wars, which both feature a remix version of Bella Ciao. The 4th is just a basic internet troll. If you read this, you're gay. Now, recently the Groypers have both declared war on Charlie Kirk last year and also more recently on Trump and MAGA as a general thing. So what we are seeing right here is right-on-right crime. And whether this guy is an actual Groyper or just adjacent to the movement, he's obviously evoking these memes for that purpose. We have to understand that far-right shooter after far-right shooter have used memes to present themselves to the other people in their movement across the internet. And Nick is not a pariah. He has his own think tank, he runs his own major conference. People in the Groyper movement work in the White House and for Republican Congress people. This is something that is part of the far-right world and part of normal politics, and this is incredibly dangerous. It's not that long ago that people's careers ended if they were associated with Nick Fuentes, and now they are just walking along the halls. If you're a young right-winger, you know who Nick Fuentes is, either because you're a follower of his and you look up to him, or you're incredibly against him. You have to work around the reality that Nick Fuentes exists. Nick Fuentes and his Groyper movement represent a much darker future, even more than you can ever imagine from the MAGA movement, which is quite extreme in its own extent. But this is a different vein that could possibly occur, and it is something that we have to all understand that is out there, and preying upon the insecurities of young men that Nick Fuentes is able to recruit across the internet. And this is a dangerous thing for everyone, everywhere. Now, all of this culminates in understanding one final thing. This is based around a theory called accelerationism. This is the idea that if you continue to make things worse, you can kick off the great revolutionary change that you want. And for Nick, he wants to create the literal race war, that he can achieve his final battle in the fascistic sense of this, where all of his enemies are destroyed and he gets to reign supreme as the great leader. And that is a real thing that he wants. That is a real thing that his followers believe. And they are willing to do anything for Nick to make that happen. Thank you for watching. Please do some engagement and give me a donation if you can.